Hello there, and thank you so kindly for tuning in to my channel today, Brown Eyes today, on this beautiful, amazing day today, because so as a man thinketh in his heart, then so is he. We are to think upon things that bring a good report. Well, today is a beautiful day, as I just stated. But is it a beautiful day on the inside of you? I mean, we can look outside and look at the sun shining. We can hear the birds chirping. We can hear the bustle and rustle of life as the cars pass by, as the people interact. But is it a beautiful day on the inside of you? I've learned from experience that um, you can be so happy. You can encourage your brothers and your sisters, your neighbors, your friends, strangers. You can give out. You can do good things with people when your life is at its peak, if you will, or if you're just having just a fantastic day or life and everything is just going perfect for you. Then it's of course it's easy to give out good things when everything in your own life is beautiful. But who can in spite of having very little, in spite of having any type of support system, in spite of getting their own needs and wants met, will still uh, sacrifice, if you will, or just put their needs and desires on the back shelf to enhance someone else or to be a blessing to someone else. When your life is in turmoil and just in dunghill, if you will, that's a no-brainer. I mean, it's so easy to be on someone's team who looks like they have it all, and someone team who looks like they are the it person, and all those things like that. Of course, who doesn't want to be a part of a winning team? But who is willing to see the forest through the trees, if you will, or like I heard one brother say one time, actually see the sand through the muddy waters. I mean, who is willing to jump on board with the very humble and the very meek and invest and grow in? So I guess what I'm really saying today on this beautiful day is that you do have to be mindful of who you interact with, who you allow within the proximity of your area. You know what I'm saying? Like the song used to say, "Give me 50 feet." Sometimes you got to just flat out tell a brother, just give me 50 feet, bro. Can you please give me 50 feet? Sometimes you have to get or take your 50 feet just to constantly put back into yourself so that you can give out wholesome, positive vibes and energy. Because we're constantly passing off and receiving energy ties or negative energy ties through people touching you and interacting with you and even conversating with you. You're bound to pick up some of their low frequency things, if you will, if you're not mindful, if you don't guard yourself. And a lot of times it's not even worth being around any and everybody. You shouldn't want to share your precious time, because that's how I feel. Although well, you know what, I'm gonna rephrase that. I'm not gonna say precious time, because time really is irrelevant. If you look and wait on time, you're gonna miss things or you're gonna move too fast. So time is really irrelevant when you look at it on a supernatural thing, because if you're not really conscious to know that there is a higher being that controls everything, then you're going to always pick a thing of this man-made, the things of this world that were man-made, and look to them, and you're going to live off of that, and you're going to miss a lot of things. But uh, as I was saying, but you have to be mindful of the people that you interact with. It's really a sad thing when people are such in a negative spiritual way, and I don't want to come off too rough saying this, because I really understand and I can relate, because experience has taught me that when people are ugly, or are nasty, or spiteful, or negative, on they'll talk the talk, you know what I'm saying, like they'll talk all positive and all high and all of this and that, but their actions and their looks and their demeanor are very negative and very vindictive and very jealous, if you will, because you can be around jealous people and they can talk like they for you and really be hating on your ass at the same time. I have been around people who I have not given anything but or I've tried to just pour into positive positive things into these to a person, and the way that I would want to be treated, and I would go above and beyond within my limitations and within what I'm able to do. And you know what I'm saying? And it seemed like it doesn't matter what you do for these particular people or persons, that they're still going to view you in a negative tense. And I think it's because you be on a higher spiritual level. You may not have all of the physical materialistic things, but a person know when you are spiritually tight, and people will hate on that. They will begin to judge you as if you think you are a know-it-all. But for the record, look, I'm not trying to claim, I've never claimed to know it all, but I do know what I do know. And that's the only thing that I would talk about, is what I do know about, unless I'm asking questions, because I was created to ask questions. I was created curious. And it's something that was automatically put in my DNA that would not let me just rest with the normal, mediocre bullshit that we've all been fed. How can you live your life? How can you live a wholesome, quality life with misinformation, with regurgitated information that's been passed down from generation to generation to generation, man? So there's no way you're going to live a good, wholesome, quality life with the mess that you've already been taught, because the things that we've been taught has kept us like in bondage, just kept us like in this negative, mental, emotional, decrepit, putrefied state. And that's real talk. That is how I view our people. We're hurting people, and we don't know how to let go, and instead of reaching for a higher power or a higher spirituality to at least get some peace while you in this flesh, people don't do that. We continue to search for the things of the spirit through the things of the world, and it doesn't work. It really doesn't work. It just keeps you on a roller coaster ride, emotional roller coaster ride, and you're missing so much. You're just missing so much out of life. Now, as I stated, I am on a journey for spiritual learning, spiritual higher learning, spiritual consciousness, spiritual awareness, if you will. All of the things that I've always questioned as a child, I am actually getting the answers as an adult. And like they say, the rabbit hole road runs so deep, it is immeasurable, if you will. It is so deep because it's so many layers and so many areas and sections and this and that and that and this, affiliated with so much of everything. Yet you've only grasped just a little piece. It ain't even an appetizer. Just a little bit nitbit piece right there, just enough to pique your curiosity to have you wanting more and more and more and more and more and more. Till nothing else will do. So be mindful of the people that you're around, because people can be smiling all in your face. But watch people. Watch people, because you have, like even the word says, be mindful of who you cast your pearls. Let you cast your pearl to swines, lest they turn around and trample you. Sometimes you can give away good things to the wrong people, because sometimes certain people have this view and this perception of you so negatively that it doesn't matter what you do for this person, they're still going to feel, they're going to be jealous of you and envious of you, and really want to see you fall. You know what I'm saying? But and you don't even have to have anything for them to feel that way. It's who you are. It's all because they can't control you. When people are in such a sunken place, if you will, and they're so emotionally damaged, and they always run their mouth about this and that and this, but their life is contradicting that, then they hate to see anybody else around them, and they ain't got to have shit either, but they hate to see anybody around them that's not, even though they might not be where they want to be, they are spiritually at peace. And if you're spiritually at peace, then that means that, yeah, when the blows come, which they will, you can kind of duck and dive. You know what I'm saying? You can kind of get out the way a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just standing there and just getting knocked down all the time. So I'm not picking on anyone. I really don't care what anyone else thinks as far as what I am saying, because like I said, I created this for a spiritual growth. I don't have a support system out there, and that's fine. This is my support system, because I will play it back to myself over and over and over again, so all the views you see may be all of me. You hear me? Yet and still, I still would like for you to like and perhaps subscribe. Leave me a comment so that we can talk about things. What do you think about that? Sometimes you're going to have to be prepared to just walk a walk alone. It beats being in the company of enemies. Like a phrase once says, I would rather be around people who celebrate me than people who just motherfucking tolerate me. People tolerate you as long as you got something that they need. You know what I'm saying? Because truth be told, if they had what they need, they probably wouldn't fool with your ass anyway because they're jealous of you. You know what I'm saying? And you ain't did nothing to them, nothing but show them love. You know what I'm saying? So, misery loves misery, and sometimes if things are not all the way where you want to be, you can be affected by being around people whose frequencies are so low and they're so hateful and so jealous and they plotting, wanting negative things to happen to you because negative things have happened to them and you know what I'm saying? But they talking all this, I'm a queen and I'm this and I'm a king and I'm that and you know what I'm saying? But they're steady being broken spiritually, not even, just it's sad, it's lonely, it's all the above and then things that I have not even said. When you're trying to be when you're trying to achieve a certain level of spiritual consciousness, because like I said, when I was a little girl, that's all I ever was amazed with was God. I mean, I would love to go to church because I was taught to get to God you have to go to church. I never knew anything about spirituality. I never knew anything about that. I just knew that this God is the God that you're supposed to be in awe of and to fear. And it seemed like the more you cried out for God, the more, the more it just seemed like the good things that were happening in your life that were supposed to be in the name of God and the Christ would just really just be things that would have happened anyway. If you worked hard enough and got them, it wasn't no big miracle performed. But you're going to pay homage to who you were taught to pay homage to, and that would be God and Jesus. But if you look at it now, and if you look at the history of Christianity and all of the negative things in the Bible that are against a specific people, I mean, why is this God so racist? I'm just saying, you're going to teach. I mean, and parents chastise their children the way they want to, but I'm just saying, when you're trying to learn and understand some things, these are some of the questions you may have to ask. So I'm trying to figure out if you're all loving and you all this, and but the Bible says, I mean, this is a very emotional God if you just want to keep it real, because you're supposed to fear him. He's jealous. He loves you and he hates you. His wrath, his delight. I mean, he's all over the place, but it's only one race of people that is getting such negative backlash off of all of this, and it's still being in full effect today. It's very much alive today. So although I'm not bashing Christianity, I just realize that Christianity is not for me, and it is a spirit of its own. And a lot of people who go to church every Sunday are full of negative energies and negative vibes that they've picked up through this church and Christianity. So they don't know how to give you that. And it's amazing how they go to church every Sunday, but they can't vibe with you spiritually. Even when you try to give them a higher understanding and to not to just stay here in the Bible, but go beyond the Bible, go to the ancient, go to the root of things. Most of them don't even want to hear that. They know what they know, what they know. Like a lot of old women say, I know my God and he know me. So a lot of people are not interested in this, what they call esoteric teaching and all this, all of this mysticism and all of this dark knowledge, what people would probably call it. But you need to do your history, and you know that everything that is practiced today is copied off of something that was already established. We've just been taught so many lies, and we ain't gonna check shit out unless it's Beyonce, unless it's Cardi B, unless it's the celebrities, unless it's irrelevant things out there. We're not gonna check nothing that's full of substance for the spiritual man, because it's not as exciting, and we want microwave results now anyway. So we have to search and wait it out. Then most people are gonna lose interest and be drawn somewhere else, because there's so many illusion and alluring spirits out here. You can't help but to be wandering off in so many places. That's why it's crucial to to have the heart to want to get a higher spiritual learning. But I'm rambling kind of, but I just wanted to share this because a lot of things be kind of getting under my skin. But as I grow, I know how to deal with them spiritually because there's a way to handle everything. It's not always what you say, but it has everything to do with how you say it. It's not always what you say, but how you say it. You know what I'm saying? So uh, as I continue to grow, as I continue to make errors in my growing, because I may find misinformation here, I may find the truth there. It's so much information out here thanks to technology now that there's no reason that you should not know everything that you desire to know. So, having said that, I just want to encourage myself and you all as well to don't sell yourself short. If you don't believe that you're worth it, then you need to shut the hell up and get somewhere and learn. But based on the things that you go through in life, and I'm not trying to act like I'm all that, because God knows, the Most High know that. Oh my gosh. It's just that when you go through things so long and you get to a spiritual understanding and you start finding out the truth about everything, then a lot of things that you thought was so much important really don't mean a goddamn thing. You hear me? It ain't worth nothing. It ain't worth a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of, okay? But I just want to encourage you to continuously think upon things that bring a good report, because so as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. And that is in the Bible because it works. I can use that. We are to chew the meat and spit out the bones, but that is real talk. You have to think upon things that bring a good report. You hear me? So be mindful, love yourself. Don't just sell yourself short with putting yourself in the company of people who is not on the same energy frequency level as yourself. And you can see, you can say one conversation to them or one word to them, and you can know. I mean, the spirit recognizes it. The spirit identifies. You know what I'm saying? The spirit will guide you. So you just have to be in tune with that so that you don't constantly run into duds and run into fakes and all these imitations, because there's so many imitations. Everything you desire out here is so many imitations of it. So you just have to know that sometimes you're gonna have to just sit still, be alone, to wait till the real thing come to you, or just continually messing around with these clone lives, these clone relationships, these clone happiness, because they're not real. Anything that does not last forever is not real. But your spirit lasts forever. So you better believe that that is real, honey. But at any rate, thank you so, so much for listening to little old me. Beautiful brown eyes today on this beautiful, amazing day today. Leave me a message, like and subscribe, and I will talk to you another time. Bye.